Some cities do not seem to exist within time, but outside of it. Cannes is one such a city. From the boulevard to the beach, it often looks as picture-perfect as one of the films in its celebrated competition. Every May, every year, for 10 days, Cannes becomes the mecca of the film world. 2 years ago, I went to Cannes to search for a distributor for my first feature film, Dora. It was probably the best experience of my life. For the first time, I felt I was on the right path. Everywhere I looked or went, I met only people within the film industry.
And scene number? What a filmmaker! So we forgot the clapperboard. I'm sure we forgot many other things. And they put so much rubbish, like makeup, shoes, dresses. Ashford Channel Tunnel, Dover, on M20. I think we're on the right way. Anyone will say we're crazy. 10 p.m. to leave London at night to go to Cannes Film Festival. I don't think that's normal, but some people say I'm eccentric. Ooh.
I just had a fundraiser for my film Dora, and I was coming to Cannes on the back of a wave of support.
Thank you very much for coming. We have a campaign tonight. We're raising funds to finish the film Dora. Have fun.
We don't know what's gonna happen. Thank you so much. What a pleasure to meet you. Lovely to see you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. It's lovely to see you. Thank you so much. But the plan is to go with the flow.
In Cannes, there is thousands of film companies and film lovers. This is not Hollywood on holiday, as nearly every market makes its pilgrimage.
Everybody knows that Cannes is the place to be this period of time.
We boarded a ferry and prepared for a 10-hour trip.
Oh my God! Already we drove 18 hours. 18. Only someone who has this missing, really, like completely missing, could have done such thing. This is the first and the very last time that I'm taking the car to Cannes.
The journey took so long because the satellite navigation was set up wrongly to avoid toll roads. By the time we figured that out, it was too late.
Last year I had Dora, my first film, screened privately in Cannes twice, in Palais de Festival. That was pretty good.
The private screenings of the provisional version of Dora for film agents and distributors happened thanks to a sponsor who really believed in the project. Surprisingly, the screening rooms were full, mostly with aspiring actors and filmmakers. Only 3 film agents turned up. I guess the rest were busy hunting the big productions or schmoozing and boozing. As a new filmmaker, I was kind of stuck with post-production, and I needed professional advice and a potential buyer.
Thank you for watching me and giving me a great advice, even it was for anyone who doesn't understand the industry, quite shocking. Because I remember you said, I think you should go and study
Post-production.
yeah, post-production technical aspects. So that's what I did. I invited many producers from Hollywood, from France, from UK. They advised me that the film was too long for first-time film with no name in it.
And did it work better?
Much better. It gives so much more value to the film.
I think my experience in making films is one of the most unusual.
Action!
The reason is I have not done any filmmaking school. I'm an actress. I didn't train as a director, as a producer, as a writer.
500.
I have only 200.
You're lucky. I usually don't do this.
I enjoy the craft, but the producing side, the organizing side, it's hell. I would say never make a film unless you get the investors and the finance to make it properly. Have every single person that is needed in a production there, involved. But if you do this and you are a filmmaker, a new actor, director, producer, whatever you are, you will never make it unless you invest your own money or ask friends to help you, work with people that, it's their first project or they just finished universities or some courses. There are so many amazing students and talents around that you really can make things happen. Like I did Dora, for instance. Everyone was a beginner. Yes, we made many mistakes, but we've done it. If I didn't do Dora, it wouldn't be a point for me now to go to Cannes. To do what? To be just a hanging around actress? Waiting for what? For the moon to fall down? No, no way. So get on with the struggles and enjoy it. It's a process that will never end. There will always be problems. Always. You know what? If you love your craft, as I do, just get on with it and enjoy with its good and bad situations. And yeah, sometimes, you get fed up, you want to give up, and whether you want to be a failure, I don't want to be a failure. Definitely not. So I'm going to get on with it and enjoy it.
Making my first movie was difficult and frustrating, but I'm determined not to give up, and I hope everyone who are passionate about telling stories will find the energy and drive to continue. The journey to Cannes has been long and stressful, but going down to the boulevard again was like seeing an old friend. The glamorous hotels, sandy beaches, and French architecture reminded me of the stars that came here during Hollywood's golden era. Even though they didn't know it, they were some of the luckiest people on earth. My mother and my father were less fortunate. Being born in Romania in the 1950s promised a tough life. My father Dorel met my mother Ileana whilst working in a factory. My brother and I grew up in Transylvania in the 1980s when a hard communist regime was in power. In spite of my harsh surroundings, I always dreamt to become an actress, a dream constantly supported by my father. Tragically, he has recently passed away at the age of 57, but he saw Dora coming to light. He even took a role in the film and convinced my mom to be in it as well.
O să tai din asta. Da, bineînțeles. Poftă mare toată lumea.
Să aveți poftă!
Poftă! Ia! Ce faci?
Da, băi, am venit și eu, v-am promis, ne?
Da, de unde veam? De unde din lume? Ce e asta?
Imediat.
It is important to know where you come from and stay grounded, but at CANNES, the shadows of the past are outshone by the possibilities of the future. There seems to be the potential of success in every corner for those who know how to take it. Serious business takes place every day here during the festival, and I was on a mission to find a distributor for Dora. Seeing the world's greatest artists in one place really fascinated me. Thank you so much for having us here at the wonderful Spale Stars. I'm very curious, how many stars did you have this year, or some names? Or...
Some names. Alec Baldwin. It's my favorite one.
Avec nous sur le tapis rouge, nous avons le plaisir de retrouver Monsieur Alec Baldwin et sa compagne Hilaria Thomas.
He's very kind. He just came when his wife, and they're doing like yoga class.
I see.
Just there, and the movie team of Madagascar, Tree. Chris Rock. Also, we had Isabelle Huppert, you know, the famous French actress. We create the Spade Star since 7 years, and we made it every year in Cannes Film, especially for the Cannes Film Festival. You know, it's an ephemeral spa, so we move all the time.
Really? So
like
this year you are in Carlton?
This is the first year, yeah.
Really?
We change all the time. It's like a surprise, you know. Everybody follow us.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you, and
Same here.
pleasure to see you again.
It was not very pleasant queuing in Cannes to enter the center, but you see, if you have the authorization permit, if your company is registered, you get easily inside.
This is what people do sometimes at Cannes Film Festival, rushing between meetings. That is impossible physically. There is no time to do everything. So you put your carrying bag with lots of business and high heels. If you end up into a party or an evening meeting, you have to be prepared. This is where everyone in the film industry wants to be, that red carpet. All the cast and crew of the films nominated, they go up those red stairs and they are announced. It's full of paparazzi, TV channels. Everyone comes to Cannes Film Festival to see the red carpet and the stars, but they don't realize that actually it's such a hard work. Behind the scenes, it's
hard, honest work. I don't feel like working or sacrificing. No, it's a way of living.
People that want to be in this industry, they have no idea how much work is behind it.
I always think that filmmaking is 95% mud.
Exactly. You said it.
Everybody is walking around and trying to meet somebody or to see somebody. It's very, very interesting. So you just dress like that just because it's Cannes Film Festival?
To enter in a party?
To enter in a party, it's so cool. Here is where the outdoor screenings are happening every day. What a facility, isn't it? People who have nothing else to do, just to enjoy the films for free, can come and sunbathe and enjoy their favorite films. And a part of that, of course, we have the luxury behind, the famous yachts. Excuse me, is it here or is the party for China? Ah, for China. That's the China party. So I was wrong. Oh yes, it's Majestic. Our party for opening March the film is at Martinez, so we need to find Martinez. I got confused.
Marché du film.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Marché du film.
No.
Yeah.
Croisette, c'est une soirée.
Opening night. Majestic.
Majestic.
It was Majestic. It's no Martinez. It was where the Chinese were, where we were in the beginning. Here we go. This is the Majestic. We left about an hour and a half, and there is still queue. How am I gonna get in? The magic trick. I'm okay. I got the invitation.
Hollywood's royalty not only meet with the A-listers of the international cinema, but with everyone from aspiring filmmakers to fans. The highlight of the day was meeting my favorite French actress, and I also managed to take a photo with her.
We just saw Audrey Tautou. She went inside at the conference de presse.
I was in Chopard waiting, and I met Andy McDowell.
Wow!
Yeah. I've loved her for a long time.
How did you meet her?
Well, she's over here with her daughter, and they're looking to see some short films. So we had a chat. She asked me what I was doing in Cannes. Her bodyguard invited me in to take the lift with her.
Wow, you're a lucky man. Is she one of your favorites?
She's definitely, one of my hot favorites. I was just melting. I had to keep quiet. It was embarrassing. But she came to me. She came over to me. I was just like, because I just smiled at her and I froze. I literally said hi.
Oh.
She caught my eye. She knew I just loved her.
You have so many stars here. Like every day we saw so many people. Oh my God, so amazing.
And that's the thing, you see. There were people I've met in Cannes, both last year and this year, that if I tried to have a conversation with them anywhere else in the world, it would never have happened. Never.
No, of course.
No, and that is just amazing.
Robert, how do you like Cannes Film Festival?
Just arrived.
These are people who inspire us. These are people that we look up at, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a wonderful Cannes. The only problem I have is that I've got a lot of work to do. Otherwise, it means nothing.
I know. We are here. We meet all these fantastic people. We see amazing films, premieres, and all that. But to actually get us here, only work can.
Yes, we can.
The star whose shadow we all occupy in Cannes this year is that of Marilyn Monroe, the legendary icon of the 50s. The next day I was on the way to a meeting, but I got stuck again in the maze that is the Cannes traffic system.
Why does it have to be so f***ing complicated? Because I don't have the badge and I don't have the
festival red permit, and I don't know what to do.
I was furious because I left my festival badge and the authorization permit for the car in my friend's bag. This meant I couldn't enter the Crozet and I was late for a meeting, which is the last thing you want to do when you are a new filmmaker and you are going to meet an experienced producer for advice. Last year, I met Los Angeles-based producer George Lasco, who invited me to the London premiere of one of his films at the prestigious Princess Anne Theatre at BAFTA, 195 Piccadilly.
Congratulations on 5 days of work.
Thank you.
And thank you for the invitation at the premiere.
It was the first time I attended a movie premiere in London, and it really inspired me and made me hope that one day I'll have my own movie premiere at the prestigious location.
Yeah, what we do here is production of the pictures you see behind, but we also sell the pictures for distributors around the world. So that creates a circle of events that takes you from development into production, post-production of course, the stage that I found you last year, and then into marketing and distribution of the picture. So it's important for you as a filmmaker, all filmmakers, to understand the full circle, starting with development, the idea, the script, then figuring out how to finance it, figuring out the budget, how much would that cost, not just the production of the film, but the events that take place after the production, which is post-production, marketing, and distribution. So I'm glad we met at the right time for you to kind of start learning all these different steps that you have to take to bring the picture to an audience. I think it's a learning process. It's great that you did it. I congratulate you again for your determination to put it together and talent, and it's an amazing effort for a first-time filmmaker.
Yeah, it's an accomplishment on its own, just to finish the feature.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We call it a miracle. Each time a movie is finished, it's a miracle.
It's a miracle, but after 2 years of post-production.
We're trying to avoid the traps of post-production and problems in production by hiring professionals.
Yeah.
So a standard Hollywood crew, it's made out of people that all know their segment of expertise very well, and we trust them to follow through, and the technology has to follow the steps.
So what did you learn from this last movie that you would do differently on your next?
Maybe it's wrong to say, but I will say it. I will never work with inexperienced people.
Right.
I will never trust people from what they say. I will trust people from their credits. What's your favorite part in the whole process of filmmaking?
The end of the day, when you go through a day when you didn't have to compromise your vision and you have accomplished something and you've made your day. The beer at the end of the day.
Watching some football match.
Yeah, or watching dailies.
Terrific. Really a pleasure.
Same here.
Okay. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Later on, I was heading to the International Village to meet London-based producer Robbie Moffat.
So what did you do? Did you recut the beginning of the picture?
Exactly as you suggested. We used some of your footage with the pigeons and the back house. And
I forgot about all of that.
Yes, we took out some extra footage, and now I would say it's a different film.
Great.
A much better film.
Good. So you're much happier. So now you can leave it alone and move on to the next one.
Definitely.
So do you want to make a living from it now?
From filmmaking, or definitely, this is my life. I'm living it already. Okay, I don't make much income
we
yet.
all struggle, yeah.
Yes, but I just want to be a working actress, a surviving filmmaker, and hopefully successful.
So what is your next film?
It's based on Chekhov,
but it's not gonna have.
Bloody
I know.
They're from Eastern Europe, right? I was saying this to somebody the other day. I was going, what's the difference between American, British, and sort of Russian and Eastern Europe cinema? So, and Scandinavia. So Scandinavia, every time they make a movie, it's Ibsen and Strindberg. And then I think, in Britain it's like Shakespeare, but we kind of got away from it and things. And in Eastern Europe it's Chekhov, and it's Chekhov.
But it's very strange. Al Pacino, who is not British, he loves Shakespeare.
Do you know why?
Why?
He gets to do Shakespeare and get paid $5 million.
Ah, okay.
All right, he's not doing it for free.
Of course.
And the difference with American, we worked out why the American.
Robbie is introducing me to a few fellow filmmakers for potential collaborations. Hi guys. Hi.
Oh, hi Didi.
Delia, nice to meet you. Hi, pleased to meet you.
So Delia is a producer, director, writer, actress. What?
Lunch maker, set designer, everything. Whatever it takes. Thank
my
you.
big Scottish head, looming from the darkness. We produce like mostly genre films, but they have a kind of creative edge, you know, to try and hit the festival scene with as well.
Yeah.
And
I'm just gonna write little note because when I get home, I have lots of cards, and if I didn't write little reminder, I don't know. I want to contact people, and I'm like so ashamed. Like, sorry, I have got your card. Yeah. No, I've got your card from Cannes, but. I don't remember. Yeah, probably Scottish.
Yep, that's me. We're producing about 2 to 3 low budget features a year, and we're always looking to meet other filmmakers, you know, especially for potential production partners as well and things like that. So
I also have a production company, but that's just because I don't get the work I want to.
Oh yeah.
So I just create my own.
To do it.
Yeah, because I have an accent and all that. You know, a foreigner gets very small parts, but you know. Yeah.
Actors, actresses, writers, you know, are all doing that. And obviously directors. I mean, so we all do that as a matter of certain, you know, expediency to help. So yeah.
Do you both live in Scotland?
Uh-huh.
In Edinburgh?
Close to, yeah, about just 18 miles away, so.
I just saw Ken Loach premiere last night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Angel Share. Wow, it was absolutely fantastic about the Scottish gang.
Oh.
They stole the whiskey. Oh my God, everyone loved the film. I think it was the only comedy in the competition.
Right.
Yeah, and everyone was like clapping and got up, and all of us stole something, little things at some point in our life without meaning. A little like bread from, you know, exactly. Yeah. Okay. It was really nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. Have a good camp, guys. You too. She was very nice and very kind. It was a mafia, and she was very religious and very well educated, finished university. She was always reading, and so I created Dora's character thinking of that girl, you know? Yes, and she actually wants to make justice, because in Romania, after the communist regime, the life was very bad, and she thought, you know what, I'm helping my own people to come here to have the same rights like others, although it was illegal, you know. But you know, you can see in the film the naivety and the lack of experience.
And it's a true story in reality.
It is, yes. But this, yes, with the passports and everything, I would say 80% of the film, 90% is real, but there is a little fantasy, you know, in a screenplay.
You must have a little bit of fantasy, otherwise you're going to be criticized. Yes, yes.
But you're a writer, right?
Yes.
I'd love to read.
It sounds interesting.
It is amazing to meet so many different creators. I learned from everyone something, and it feels great when you meet like-minded people. After a long chat with Robbie, we discovered that we had a mutual friend, lawyer and distributor Rick Rosen. And you know what? Rick, he says, I'm going to watch a friend of mine screening. Do you want to come? And I'm like,
Oh, Rick wasn't?
Yes. And I'm like, I'm doing my...
When did you meet Rick?
Last year.
Oh.
Yeah, here in Cannes.
You know, I've known Rick about 15 years. He does all my video stuff. And he comes and stays in my house.
Later in the evening, I went to the Carlton Hotel for a gathering where I bumped into some old friends and I met new people.
Delia.
Delia, hi.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a fan.
Ben, Delia, nice to meet you.
Ingrid? No,
How did you meet?
We know each other. We went to LA together.
Yes. Silver necklace. Delia Antal. It's really cool. No, I did take a lot. Look, how many?
Oh, you should.
So you can choose, you know. Magnifique, the happiest man on the planet.
The American Pavilion brings over a number of interns to work the pavilion. They pay their own way over. They work for free just to be in Cannes.
Yes. I would have done it personally a couple of years back.
Any college student would do it.
Yeah.
Anybody would do it because they want to be here.
Yeah.
And they hope they'll meet people. They want to see what it's like. So if they come back with a film or as an actor or whatever they're going to do with the rest of their life, they'll have a better sense of what it's like.
Do you know that Cannes changed my life and really determined me to follow my dream, to become an actress? I came here in 2007 the first time. I just saw, I saw the celebrities walking on the red carpet, the buzz, the everything, and I'm like, you know what I said? I said, one day I will be there. And how many years later? 4 years later, last year, I was on the red carpet.
Most people who have some experience are always happy to help people who they think are serious about the craft, who want to do movies. Why wouldn't you want to help? If you are here and if you're willing to listen, I think people give you good advice, good helpful advice, and you can't follow all the advice because people will tell you some different things, but if you listen carefully, you can find out a really good way to move your project forward. The other thing is always have a good lawyer.
Exactly. And you're going to be my lawyer in USA.
After another productive day at the festival, now I'm heading to the hotel for a good night rest as tomorrow is another promising day. Every year, the film market organizes workshops and speed dating for producers. I was attending the seminar for aspiring producers and I asked the question that caused the French newspaper Le Monde to take an interest in me. They wrote a feature on Dora and my question to the speakers about how to secure funding for a film without a star director or actor.
Le Monde? Oh, you're kidding. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Delia Antal comes from the UK by car, from London to the Channel Tunnel and then to France, all the way to Cannes. The young woman arrived in time to attend the conference on the film market on Thursday, May the 17th in the morning. The topic of the day, branding yourself and your projects.
On the same day, I'm meeting a representative from Film Binder to explore alternative distribution options.
We are not just video on demand, we are basically video hosting. Once your film is online, you can do many things with it. You can rent it out to make money, or you can send it out instead of DVD sending or hard drive sending, which is expensive.
Nowadays, people love watching even the news online. Everything is online these days, so I think it's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, people want cheap, they want all the titles, they want on mobile devices, and they want instant. And this is why video on demand is unstoppable. It's on the rise in many countries already, bypassing DVD. And people have to switch. I mean, people who offer DVDs will have to switch because the market will dictate how to consume films.
Do you have a record how many people have already been buying from you different
Well, we started just a year ago. We built the software and the platform, so we focus more on the product. And our slogan is 100% revenues for you. And the people really liked it, and then they wanted to have other features like Facebook integration, and they wanted to have geo-blocking, they wanted to have ratings, they wanted to have bundling tool for episodes. So we were always busy with developing the tool because they wanted to have more functionalities, and we only build for what the people need. Now in terms of numbers, since I already told you we offer several tools, I can give you numbers on different levels. For instance, VOD. This film sold 1,600 times at $3, so we made $6,000.
And what's your percentage from the make?
We don't take any percentage because we don't believe in a cut. Because if you made a good film, it's your merit. If the distributor found good marketing channel, it's his merit. So we work on a gigabyte level, only what it takes to stream your film online. That means you really just pay for technology. We bring you traffic for marketing as a courtesy. We list your films on our catalog. We ask Google search engine optimized, and there is comments integrated and like buttons for Facebook, so that there's traffic coming for there. But you can also do a lot of things to increase your traffic by channeling people, for instance, from your own website. You put buttons on your website and channel them to your website, and then the people, since it's the same design, they will not even realize that they changed the platform. And when they print rent now, all the money 100% goes to you.
Brilliant idea. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
It was a pleasure.
Hope to see you soon.
Jerome is explaining to me how it works to obtain invitations for the movie premieres. Before you go to the festival, you have to register online with Marché du Film. On arrival, you receive a badge. Based on this badge, you can apply online or via the screens at the ticket office to book to see the movies in the competition and in the film market. I understand. So it's all about the badges. Like basically, if you had like the top badge.
Yes, for you must have like a 4, a 2 or 1. Because the 7 there is a level from 1 to 7.
1 is, do you know what
1
is
is
one?
the better.
The best, of course.
The best of
what does it
accreditation.
mean? It means that you need to be famous. So.
Like that.
Yes. And 2?
And 2, not too bad, but not the better. And there is the 3 principal numbers: 1, 4, and 7. So
1, 4, and 7.
Try to ask next year for the MP4, for example, and you have more possibilities.
But how do they
when you register,
consider?
I think 3 months ago, around February maybe or March, you have to make the right shoes.
You open my eyes. This is really helpful. Every year you learn something new. Sometimes there are returns and you can try your luck at the ticket office late in the afternoons.
It's possible for you to come back at 4?
No problem.
Around 4, 5, 6, there is 2 hours. We do not take some cancellation. So right now, if some person want to cancel, we take the ticket and we report the system the invitation.
Yes,
so after 4, it's not possible. So we can have some ticket and we can give tickets.
Even to Alan Resnais film.
I think for this one,
it's not possible.
No way, but at 10, maybe I can do something.
At 10 p.m.
For 10 p.m. for the movie at 10.
Oh yes, yes.
You have to wait and see, but
I'm very happy to go to that one as well.
Maybe a solution.
I was very happy to sort out an invitation for tonight's premiere, so I went to Le Spa du Stars to get my hair and makeup done. While I was getting ready, I was recalling my very first visit to Cannes. I remember I asked the security guy in front of the Palais du Festival if I was allowed to take a picture on the red carpet, and he made it impossible. So I took the photo from the other side of the crowd control barriers. Being a very shy person, I understood that the biggest challenge of my life would be to overcome it, and I went to study acting as I didn't want to feel an outsider at Cannes ever again. So I made a promise to myself that one day I'll be walking up the red carpet as an accredited actress. My Cannes experience is very exciting so far, although today we have unexpected rain. I will keep positive as I'm going to meet a new filmmaker in a similar position to myself.
I came to shoot my first short movie as a director, and it's very exciting, but yet it's very painful. It's my first filmmaking, so I've got a great team, so that's part of the success. I hope it's going to help. But we're going through a lot of technical issues, which is normal when you don't have a lot of money and when you want to do.
And it's your first film and you don't have the experience how to put things together. Yes, I've done the same thing.
It's not a biography, but it's about an actress who she's not very happy with her career right now because she's not where she wants to be. And she's not bad though. Everyone recognizes her work and her talent, but it's just she's not getting the lead parts she want to getting the projects she want to get. So while she's depressed, she's kind of a Bridget Jones, I would say. Like she's cute and all, but she doesn't have she lacks something and she doesn't really know what. And suddenly,
like a million other actresses and actors.
Yeah, like it's just tragedy of not being the one.
I know that feeling.
So it's a bit autobiographical somehow, but yeah. She's in a coffee and she meets an American actor, Bradley Cooper. If everyone believes she's going out with a famous American actor, she can then meet the people she wants to meet and get more of a glamour touch on her profile, and then she can get more work.
No, I think it's a fantastic story.
Yeah. Well, I think the story is good. I don't want to give flowers to myself, but I think the story is good. I'm just very, very nervous about if we're going to get the story done, because, I cannot just go around and say, oh, I have a huge screenplay. What can we do with that?
Do you have plans to extend it?
I just want to shoot
this
8 minutes and just good, and then we'll see. I just want to have it done the right way, I don't want to revolution the cinema or whatever. I don't have any ambitions about that. I just want to do good quality over a story that I like.
So you're gonna have to reshoot the whole scene with the red carpet and everything.
Well, the red carpet, that's another story, because that's plans we wanted to steal, and we did steal them, but we couldn't use the 5D because you're not allowed to shoot on the red carpet. So we almost got kicked out, but hopefully Alex had this camera for pictures, and he filmed us with that.
And for the next project, you're gonna have
a big
studio and with all sorts of cranes and things, and
Yeah, I would like that.
That's the most important thing. Doing what you do, and eventually you get some recognition. After a lovely chat with Christine, we are heading to meet her cast on the beach at a cocktail party. The next morning, I was lucky enough to secure a meeting with an icon of Romania's theatre and cinema, Maya Morgenstern.
Speaking as an actress, we are always asked for trying to be true, trying to reach, to find the essence, the core.
What inspired you to become an actress, and how old were you when you began?
I wouldn't dare to confess I wanted to become an actress, because without knowing, I fight all my life against prejudges.
Do you think that the arts, and especially acting, telling stories through acting, could change the world?
Definitely. It's since Shakespearean times, it's obvious. Yeah. In the same time, it must be, and it is, a mirror of the society. And the actors could be hated for this, and a mirror would not always, must always show you the truth. Mirror, mirror in the wall. That must be a mirror of your conscience, of your heart. So you really have to use this mirror to know about yourself. Speaking about advices, if you need or somebody needs my advice, is to be respectful, first of all, towards yourself, to show respect towards yourself, to respect your talent. What is talent? I don't know. Your will to become an actor, an artist. This is an important will you have inside. It's an inner will. And I think you have to show respect, to work on it, and to let grow this gift. You are gifted. If you feel like doing and at least trying to make art, to make something artistic, acting, being a director, being a DOP. And well, our art, it's, although we are speaking about film, okay, we are speaking about film. You would say it's forever. We don't know what is forever or not. Is well, it lasts long than theater. It's absolutely correct. But in the same time, we don't know what it will be in fashion tomorrow. What are the new directions and tendencies?
Romanian cinema is now at the forefront of Cannes, and I also went to the premiere to support them.
Hello? Yes, bonjour, bonjour. I will be with you in 5 minutes. Please don't cancel my reservation. Please, thank you. I'm pretty excited because I'm attending the premiere of Beyond the Hills. At some point, when you work hard, you need some accreditation. Art is not all about money, but of course it helps. Success comes with money. It's a pretty common thing. We all wish and hope for a better life, and at the end of a project or whatever work you do in film business, the credit is also an award. I'm very proud that a Romanian film is in competition and the director won Palme d'Or.
Avec nous, sur le tapis rouge, l'actrice, productrice, réalisatrice et scénariste, Delia Antal.
In one of my final meetings, I talked to Rebecca Roffrey about some of the administrative procedures that surround a production of a film.
Lovely to see you, Rebecca.
Very nice to see you too.
I'm glad I went to the Chopard party to meet you. Right? I wanted to know more about what you're doing here.
Yes. Okay, so Vintage House is the parent company. They have been established for about 2 decades now, providing financial services in the entertainment sector. In film, quite specifically, they pioneered collection account management, where you have obviously a solely independent, trustworthy company receive all the international revenue for independent movies and distributes it exactly as it should be.
That's exactly what I need from you guys.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You can be my rescuers.
No, indeed. No, because really it can be such the Wild West. There are so many people in this industry, even though it's such a niche, financially it's a very niche business. In the beginning, the two founders, they worked for a bank and they're like, this is crazy. I don't trust these guys. Like, why am I going to let them collect my money? So they pioneered it, and I think it was a Sony film was the first one they got away 17 years ago or so. And they built on that with licensing, so mitigating, mediating, withholding tax. If the UK company is selling a movie, they sell it to Brazil, I think you have to pay 25% withholding tax, so you lose 25%. But if you sell a movie to Hungary and they sell it to Brazil, and so you have this contract in between, then it reduces to 10%.
Wow.
So it can be, sometimes it's no saving at all, but sometimes it's a really significant saving. And so really the next step of evolution, they thought, was to team up with me and do proactive revenue collections. So we're very complementary businesses together. So we do debt collection, we do collecting of royalties and reviewing royalty statements, making sure all the distributors are reporting as they should. And we provide information more critically on who are the reliable and responsible distributors. And all that combined, we can provide back office outsourcing for anyone from a bank to a production company, sales company.
Do you have a fixed fee, or how do you work? What are your fees? Percentage of fixed fees?
Good question. Well, it was important to us at the very beginning to make sure that people could see that we saw this as a real skill, that it's important that this be done separately and in its own right, and that also we're fully incentivized to get the job done to the best of our ability. So for everything except the data, we are commission only, unless we think there's no money there. And on occasion it has happened that someone has come and said, I just really want this done. Like, I want to prove a point to the people I do business with, so I'll pay you a fee, and we would obviously offset that against performance commission if we actually were proved wrong and managed to find some money. Yeah.
That's what I like in America. It's very common people work on percentages.
Yeah.
Because I do believe, and I'm repeating, I've been saying to so many people I've met here, film industry is actually a big family.
Absolutely.
And you create your own team, you create your own family, and the beginners, we can't afford to pay fixed fees. What do? We don't make films. I really like the idea of percentage because everyone needs to eat.
No, absolutely. Everybody needs to eat. And actually, one of the things that goes a bit wrong, I think, in the model for the business is that commonly lots of fees are loaded into the budgets for production. So people are getting all their money up front and they're not as incentivized further down the line to really, protect the producer, the investors, and that's what part of also what we kind of want to redress. I think you're quite right, yeah.
You know how it is when you make a film and you don't have a big director or actor, you don't get any funds from anywhere.
Yeah.
You need to apply for the funds, and there are points that
cultural and financial.
Exactly. So in my case, having made a film which I produced, I directed, played the lead in it, and wrote.
Which is amazing.
Yes,
really.
But it's really like I borrowed money, I had an investor, it was really difficult. It was to open my doors into this industry, and I did actually.
Yeah.
And I'm very pleased. I don't regret 1 second that I invested so much, and I put everything I had in it and more.
Oh, it's an incredible achievement, really, and I don't underestimate how hard you had to work to get that done, because I have friends who are producers, and even though they are established, they've been doing it a long time, every single one is another year off your life,
I wish. It's been already 2 years.
No, the movie will be with you forever. You will always have something that needs to be done.
Definitely.
Yeah. As far as we're concerned, we love to find really smart people who are resourceful and really value these kind of protective measures that we put in place early, because we would like to help you grow and help you succeed. Really.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Rebecca.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming and visiting.
Oh, my pleasure. We'll see you in London again.
Definitely.
To sign the deal.
Exactly.
The days pass really fast and the end of the festival is fast approaching. I also had the honor to meet and speak to one of the greatest writers.
I wrote a book called The Green King, which will be a movie. I hope so this year or next year.
Maybe I will produce it. I have a production company.
It's a big budget. Unfortunately, it costs a fortune.
Yes.
And why not?
I'm just a very small baby. Paul-Loup Zulitzer is a French author and financier. Before he turned 17, he was already a self-made millionaire. He has written over 30 novels, and during the early 90s, 3 of his novels were adapted into comics.
You have the people like to show and people like to be. Different thing.
To be or not to be?
Yeah, that's the question.
The real artists, and usually the most successful ones, are the ones that they don't care about the flash and blitz, the hard-working ones.
Yeah, there is a director called Mr. Down. When you look at him, he's very shy, very low profile, and I think he's one of the best French directors. He did The Mom, you know, was a very difficult work about Edith Piaf. And you look at him, you think he's a nobody.
Can I ask you, for somebody who knows very little about film, how did you start?
Long time ago, when I was 16.
When you were 16?
Yeah. Acting is not very important. The more important thing is my writing.
Is your writing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you start writing when you were 16?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Much before.
And which language did you write in?
French.
In French, primarily?
But I am translated in 50 different languages.
The last book he wrote was sold in 12 million copies.
12 million? Yeah. That's fantastic.
Oh,
it's a record.
Oh, it's like Mario Puzo, the Godfather. Same says.
What inspired you?
Life.
Life.
If you look around you, and you really look deeply, look to this young lady here. She lived in Romania.
In London.
Before?
Yes, for 24 years of my life.
School time, hard time, you know, life is a novel.
When I went to London, I went illegal. And I was working, cleaning and everything.
A lot of people don't know what was Romania was very difficult. I was there in Ceausescu time. It was a crazy country. Securitate, you can go to jail for nothing. Very difficult country in the communist time.
I remember everything. I experienced
terrible,
that.
Terrible. And very poor people. No money, nothing.
No food. It didn't exist even bread in the shops. We had markets, nothing for bread. We had to queue, and we had given like a cartella.
And green bananas.
Yeah.
Eating green bananas.
Only for Christmas.
Only for Christmas.
At the end of our conversation, I was pleasantly surprised to find out that his father was Romanian. It was a real pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I hope I see you again. And I hope I see you movie.
CANNES is a carnival, a kaleidoscope full of color and pleasure. On the last day of the festival, during my journey to see Rick Rosen to talk about the distribution of Dora, a tragedy on the road blindsided me. Oh my God. But I really hope that those people are okay. You see what life is all about. You run, you struggle to do some stuff, and then shit happens just like that. You never know. It could be me, it could be you, it could be anyone. I can't believe what I just saw. I asked Rick about the charges. He told me that it's completely different in the United States than it is in the United Kingdom. In the UK, you have fixed charges. In the USA, the charges are based on percentage. He says it really depends on the client and the work. If he represents a writer or an actor, very often it is percentage. The rule of thumb: 5% if there is an agent that is commissioning the same deal, because theoretically the agent makes the deal, the lawyer does the contract. If there is no agent and the lawyer does everything, the lawyer gets 10%. Before I met Rick and other professionals in the film industry, in my desperation of searching for an agent and a distributor, I came across a few people who asked me for advanced fees to become my agents, which is totally wrong. It seems that many people out there have realized that they can make money out of the situation by exploiting filmmakers at the start of their careers.
I wish magic would happen in Cannes, only what we fantasize with. The red carpet and the fun bit of it, but look what things can happen.
It is unfortunate what has happened, but I have to put myself together and get ready for the closing ceremony of the festival. The party carries on from the red carpet to the Riviera as the collective optimism of the festival erupts into song and dance. It was a great Cannes, very productive and inspiring. I have agreed with Rick Rosen to collaborate and meet soon in Los Angeles to sign the deal. Tragically, this was the last time I ever saw Rick. He passed away a few weeks later, upsettingly at the same time I was waiting for him at an arranged dinner in Los Angeles. I had lost a friend, a colleague, and the production of Dora was thrown into a tailspin. I had to take some time off and clean up my thoughts. I came to the conclusion that I can self-distribute Dora. If I was capable of reaching the stage of producing it, why can't I distribute it? Cannes Film Festival is not just a location, but an attitude, an optimism that you can achieve greatness if you believe in yourself. I released Dora and premiered it at BAFTA 195 Piccadilly to critical acclaim, and I went to Romania where I was blessed to receive just as much success.
Hey, I want to say a big hello to all my friends over there in Bucharest and all of Romania. Been a few years now. Actually, Romania has a huge presence here in New York this week. They're screening some very important Romanian new films. Even a friend of mine, Răzvan Veliescu, is doing a play here in New York. And unfortunately, I'm working and I'm not able to attend. But especially over there in Bucharest, I wanted to wish my friend Delia Antal the very best with her film. I saw that film, and it's a wonderful black comedy, very, very wacky, sad and poignant story that actually is a true episode out of her own lifetime. So as a Romanian, she is speaking as a person who lived a full life in Romania and now lives a full life in the world. And again, I congratulate her, I wish her the best. And especially I wish all of my friends in Romania to know that you have a big, big place in my heart. You know that. And I miss all of you, and I hope soon I'll be back.
Well, good evening and welcome to BAFTA. My name is John Taylor, Lord Taylor of Warwick, and as you know, this is the lovely and talented Delia Antal. And as you know, Delia is both the star and the director of the film that you're about to watch, which is called Dora. Now, our timing was impeccable. This is the premiere of the film Dora, and we chose a day where it was raining all day and there's a tube strike. Brilliant.
First of all, I would love to thank you so much for coming, for making the effort, for taking the time, and I know you came here to support me, so thank you very much.
Now, I've seen the film called Dora. It is an inspirational film. It's about a young girl who is trying to be a victor and not a victim in life. And we all want that. We can all relate to that. We all want to be victors, not victims. Initially, it's set in a tiny village in Romania. It's a young girl who has dreams of coming to London, where the pavements are paved with gold, aren't they? And when she gets to London, the dream becomes a nightmare. She doesn't meet Princess Diana, and things go badly wrong. And the film is about her journey whilst in London, how she survives and comes through it. And all of us go through trauma at one stage in our lives, and so you all can relate to that.
Thank you again for coming and supporting me. I really appreciate it. It's my first movie and it means a lot to have such an audience. Thank you very much. I do not know what the future holds for my movies or for myself, but I know that with an open heart and the desire to constantly make original works of art, the sky's the limit.
Mm-hmm.